Tonight, I found a homeless man in the park. I went for a midnight walk to escape my thoughts. I wanted to silence the voices echoing in my head to clear my mind. I stepped out of the dormitory, left the university campus, and let the cold air embrace me. I walked aimlessly, not knowing where I was going, not caring where I would end up. I was listening to music, but the songs were just background noise. What I was truly listening to was my own inner voice. When I reached the park entrance, a gentle breeze lifted the fallen leaves and carried them across the ground. There was the rustling of dry branches and the faint sound of laughter in the distance. I had visited this park many times before, but tonight was different. Something pulled me toward a corner I had never been to. My eyes caught a shape in the darkness that didn't belong. I hesitated for a moment. My instincts told me to turn back. But I didn't. I couldn't close my eyes to reality. He was a person, wrapped in a thin blanket, trying to shield himself from the cold. But it wasn't enough. He was sleeping. His face was partially hidden, but the marks of exhaustion were evident. He was alone. He was cold. He was homeless. He was abandoned. Or maybe he had simply been forgotten by the world. I took a step closer. For a moment, I wanted to kneel down and check if he was okay. I thought about waking him up and offering something, maybe a hot soup, a jacket, some money, or perhaps just a few words. But then a voice inside me told me to stop. Did I have the right to disturb his sleep? Perhaps he hadn't had a peaceful rest in days. Would waking him up be an act of kindness? Or would it be a disturbance? I stood still. I looked around. Nearby, a group of young people were laughing and clinking their bottles together. They were happy. They were celebrating the night. They didn't see the homeless man. Maybe they weren't even aware of his existence. Yet he was right there, eyes closed, seemingly in a deep sleep. But perhaps he had simply closed his eyes to life itself. I had to do something, but what? I felt helpless, not in the way he did, but in my own way. I was lost too. I wanted to help, but what could I do? Could I take him to a hotel number? Could I buy him a warm meal? Maybe. But it wouldn't change his reality overnight. I put my hands in my pockets. I had a few coins and some money. I thought about leaving it beside him, but would that be for his benefit or just to ease my own conscience? My thoughts kept spinning in my head. Then suddenly I made a decision. I walked into a market. I picked up a bottle of water and a small sandwich. As I headed to the cashier, I hesitated. Was it enough? Probably not, but at least it could make this night a little more bearable. When I returned, he was still asleep. I quietly approached and placed the water and sandwich beside him. Before leaving, I took one last look at him. Then I turned around and walked away. At the end of the road, I paused for a moment. I turned back. He was still there. The city lights didn't reach him. He was invisible. He was forgotten. But at least tonight, someone had seen him. At least tonight, someone had acknowledged his existence. I made a silent promise to myself. One day when I am stronger, one day when I have more to give, I will return. Not just for him, but for all those forgotten souls on the streets. For now, I would simply remember. Tonight, I found a homeless man in the park. He is still there. Maybe when he wakes up in the morning, he will see what I left for him, or maybe someone else will take it. But at least tonight someone saw him. Someone noticed him. He was not forgotten. And maybe tonight, just as much as he was, I too learned something unforgettable.